Learn to love it. Diamonds are forever. And so,
Oh, come take a cruise. Come take a cruise with the most ethical real estate brokerage in all of California, Pacific Shore Estates. That's right, you can't spell Pacific Shore Estates without ethics. Because I want to let everybody out there know Mr. Brian Link, coming up later on in this podcast, will tell you exactly how his journey went and how he became the most ethical man in all of real estate. You can find them at pacificshoreestates.com, or you can reach them at 1-800-217-1539.
Well, it's not far down to paradise. At least it's not phony. If the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can...
Hello, Stephen. Thank you for choosing my voice. What would I like? Let's see. The music is always useful. It gives me the tempo. And, it all helps, doesn't it? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the Who Cares podcast, a podcast that enters your soul with your host, Stephen Moraga.
From the beautiful seaside town of Huntington Beach, California, where they turn off electricity on all their residents, it's time once again for the Who Cares podcast.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
That's right. Welcome again to the Who Cares podcast. It's me, the Who Cares podcast chairman, the chairman of your boat, or whatever, the captain of your boat, the chairman of Think LLC is what I am. But the captain of your boat, sifting through the shore of life. Yeah, let's take that back. Sifting through the seas of life and try to get you on shore. It is me, Stephen with a PH.
I'm here!
That's right. It is me. And finally, once again, brand new episode that you've been waiting for. The Who Cares podcast. And I'm joined here by one man, the greatest co-host the world has ever seen. The man that has taken thoughts, made them a reality. Here he is, Mr. John Montgomery Thunderbird III.
Oh, yes. It is time again, Stephen. It is time again for us to tell the world what they need to hear.
What is that?
That degrees are now worth the paper that they're written on and deserve to be recycled.
So I think you're alluding to something very, very powerful right now. We're going to jump right into it here on the Who Cares podcast. John Montgomery Thunderbird III, thank you once again for joining us here.
Of course.
Before we jump into all the degree talk, we want to let everybody know out there, go to intotheam.com and make sure you type in What's the Play Games. You can find the link within our the description here, whether it be on iTunes, whether it be on Stitcher, whether it be through Anchor, however it goes. Just make sure that you go ahead and click on that link. And you type in What's the Play Games, and you will get 10 to 20 to 30% off. I don't know, whatever they want to give you for that particular item. I don't think they'll give you more than 30, but John Montgomery, are you wearing all 50 shirts that you purchased?
I wear them all at once every time I wear them, so it's a good inch and a half off of me, and it's breathable. It soaks up everything that it needs to soak up, and I look great.
That's right. You do look stylish doing that, so that's a beautiful thing. Well, there's even bigger news on the horizon. Fuck all the Hollywood bullshit, all the paying for to get into your schools and ridiculousness. There's something more important, John.
I agree, Stephen.
As of today, let's see, we're recording it on a Wednesday. Yes. As of today, we have officially signed with Leviathan.
That's right. Leviathan, one of the greatest mobile app game companies this world has ever seen.
We think so, or else we would have signed with them. But
That's right.
We did have to do our due diligence.
That's right, we did.
We did. We definitely did. And we'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Wyeth, the chairman. And you can, if anybody out there is interested in application development, mobile application development, his name is Wyeth Ridgway. And so far, so good. We'll definitely tell you if it goes wrong, but everything we've seen, they have been recommended by a very close personal friend of ours, a longtime close personal friend of ours, Mr. Quinn Buchanan, John's favorite person in the world.
That's right. He helped me come up with the phrase, he is a man of great quintellect, and it's very quinteresting. And I owe my my quintroduction to mobile apps to him.
Yeah, I mean, man's a great dude. And we also want to thank our friend, close personal friend, Joe Devannon, who introduced us. I believe he does a lot of the work for Keller Williams Corporate. And he introduced us to Quinn Buchanan. And so it's been a really wild ride. But I promise you, universe, global, national, that What's the Play is finally going to come into fruition. And because what would you say, John? We've had, how many iterations have we gone through that we just weren't satisfied? And
at least 4, maybe
4.
3.
Right.
But it's difficult to come up with an app that you just want to make sure that it's executed properly. And, you got to, of course, you're going to change your mind several times when something has to be perfect. And perfection is probably not even good enough for our app. Like, we need something better than perfect.
Absolutely. But to chase perfection is a great thing, because if you get, you'll be closer than 99% of the world. If you go after, it doesn't matter what you do, try to chase perfection. You'll never get there, but if you get close, man, there you are.
Just raise the bar. Like, geez, man, like, accept nothing less than absolute perfection.
Right. Demand more from yourself than anyone could possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm. And demand way more than others can handle. That way you get to see them blow up and yell, cry, and just tell you their inner secrets.
And then you hire them.
That's right. You break them down, and then you either build them back up or you kick them while they're down.
No, we don't kick them. That's John's evil attitude over
terrible.
There. He is our mad scientist. So, yeah. Just kidding. We've all been there. We've all thought that. But sometimes you do to measure a man's worth or a woman's worth, you need to break a person down. And some may say that's mind games or that's whatever. But sometimes you have to see what they're worth. If they're worth the journey that you already have laid out for them.
Yeah, it's not like you're like purposely testing them and let's see if they pass this test. That shit's bullshit. It's just the only way to get the best version of that person is to break them down and then build them back up.
Yeah, it's crazy. We've gone through a couple different employees and whatnot in our company, and great. So, many of them have helped us. Some of them have not. but many of them have definitely helped us. As I'm getting
I think
texts
most
today.
of them have.
I do too, in their own way and everything. They definitely have, and we wouldn't be where we're at today. And I think that it's to everybody out there. You don't know what mistakes you make, or you don't know the triumphs till later. I mean, it's all mistakes, pretty much.
Yeah, and as long as you don't look at everything as failure, there are no failures. It's just a misstep, and move on. If you consider it failure, then you're done, and everyone goes home, and then you think 30 years later, what would have happened had I continued?
Just reached out.
Exactly.
Or had I just communicated. And that's one of the things that, we just had a meeting this evening. And it's like, man, if you just reach out to your, to people that you care about within within your company, who you're loyal to and whatnot, you have to communicate. I mean, communication is the only reason why we talk.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we communicate.
I know, right?
And, I mean, hopefully we keep talking, because if we don't, we'll probably de-evolve and lose our mouths.
Exactly.
So, yeah, quit typing, everyone, and go to your friend's house and say hello, knock on their door.
John Montgomery III.
Yeah, otherwise you'll sound like him.
Well, sounding like him brings me to last week's podcast. We got a lot of emails, and we got a couple of tweets. We got mostly positive, but we did get a little bit of hate.
Oh, we always will. That just means
nature
we're
of the
doing a
beast.
good job.
Right. So some people thought we were a little unfair to the other Who Cares podcasts. I don't know. What would you call them? Podcasts?
I would call them
not fit?
Not fit for consumption.
No. So we got a little backlash, but I don't know why, because we gave these people an opportunity to our audience, which is much more vast and much more intelligent, I would say. I mean, but as a whole,
I would say quintelligent.
Quintelligent. And so, they can make their own assumptions, or they can make their own decisions. And we gave these particular individuals a platform, and that's all you can do in this podcast community.
Yeah, like to hate on us for giving them a platform. That sounds ridiculous to me.
Just drinking some haterade.
Like, we gave them more exposure than they would have ever gotten otherwise. So you're gonna hate us for helping them?
You hate us because you ain't us?
Yeah. You're
not my
co-host and your guest, and I'm here to say, long live me.
And long live our guest, Mr. Brian Link. He is the broker and owner of Pacific Shore Estates. That's right. It's Pacific Shore Estates. And you can get Pacific Shore Estates if you go into that Google machine, or if you just type in pacificshoreestates.com and you say, hey, I don't even know what I'm going to do with my life. I have all this money, but I don't have any trustworthy realtors out there. That's right. They ain't trustworthy. They're all going to take your money and they'll sell you out for $1 or for their grandma, or if they are the grandma, because a lot of them look like it. They will sell you out for themselves, I guess. Is that what they do? Well, whatever.
They'll sell you out.
They're all
for
old.
their own benefit.
They're all old. All the real ones are old, and they ain't moving up in the world. They ain't moving up with the times. Come to Pacific Shore Estates, where Mr. Brian Link will make sure that you get a home that is worthy for you, and he makes sure that you can't spell Pacific Shore Estates without ethics. And that is the number one thing he talks about. Ethics, ethics, ethics. You know that you're in good hands. I don't want to say that, because am I taking from all, whatever, that
Yeah.
African American man?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're in good cradle care with Pacific Shore Estates. And Mr. John Montgomery Thunderbird III, since he's been co-hosting this podcast, didn't you just buy a house recently?
I did, Steven. It's all because of this podcast.
Look at that. It's amazing.
You guys at home and supporting us, sending in your donations, sending in all your gold slabs. They've helped me raise enough money to buy a home from Brian Link. And Brian Link made that process so easy, awesome, fun, and best of all, he was honest with me, so I wasn't stuck into a loan that I couldn't afford. And
Thanks, brother.
he saved my family, and he saved me.
Oh, your kids are better off. You're better off. And
Absolutely.
the podcast is better off now that we're being supported. And stick around till the end of the interview because there's a big reveal. And you might want to hear it. So thank you, Mr. John. Are you ready to listen to Mr. Brian Link?
I am.
All right, here it is.
I think these good people are ready for it, too.
Get your pen and paper handy and your popcorn ready, Mr. Brian Link. So we're live here on the Who Cares podcast. So Brian Link, sounds like you're a simple man, huh?
Pretty simple, I'd say so.
What made you choose that particular song?
You know, I identify with it. Just a simple man. You know, I don't need the flashy car. You know, I don't need the Gucci chain or anything like that. I like to just I need what I need.
That's beautiful. And your clients probably need what they need, so you gonna help them this year?
Oh, you know it, man.
I know you.
We like to tailor every deal to the individual client, their individual needs. The only thing we don't, shake up is our ethics.
That's right. And so, Mr. Brian Link, you are the broker and owner of Pacific Shore Estates, located in the beautiful city of Orange. I think last week our audience got to hear a little commercial starring some weirdo. But, I think let's rewind it back and, just hanging out here. And, if you could tell me about your first day on the job as a realtor. What happened? What really happened that day?
My first day on the job as a realtor. Gosh, That was some 13 years ago now. Damn.
A year before you won the award for the youngest realtor to know everything about real estate.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of everything I got to learn helped with, working with one of the top appraisers in the business in California.
Oh, so you had a mentor.
Yes, my mentor. He was he's a general appraiser, or he probably still is. He actually wrote the book on appraisal in California.
No joke.
Like throughout the 80s and 90s, and put the algorithms together to actually come up with valuations for. His bread and butter was, going to court,
right?
Helping with divorces, coming up with valuations, and
he'd be their star witness or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I remember he would, he'd be sick going before, the day before going to court and sitting on the stand because he knew a lot of stuff depended on him.
Really?
But I learned a lot from him. When you see someone that nervous over something like that, you really start paying attention to why it gets to them, and it's, a lot of what I got out of the business from was really being able to see valuation and the trends. Unfortunately, he didn't tell me the market was about to crash.
Who knew?
Nobody saw that coming except for, the guys who were really making money on it crashing.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think everybody was pretty much blindsided by that. What is it, Too Big to Fail, or was it Too Big?
Too Big to Fail, The Big Short. Those
Big Short. Yeah, that was
covered
good.
Covered it very well.
Yeah, that was a rough time.
That was, I had probably hard to say what I did my first day, but I know a lot of what we did was, we were stuffing envelopes.
Yeah. Like when you first went into the real estate office, you're like, man, because for me personally, I went in there. I'm like, whoa, I'm doing real estate. Like it's a real job, and it's like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like something so totally like different from like being a waiter or whatever.
Well,
It
blew me
cool.
away because I got my license in like August of that year, and then I started as a realtor in December.
Oh, okay.
But between August and December, I had the license, and I went and jumped into try to be like a loan generator, a loan officer.
Oh, right.
I wasn't really sure which side of the business I wanted to be on.
Right. That was difficult.
And I really couldn't get it going as a loan officer because I felt like I was too ethical.
Yeah, back. Yeah, that's true. Because you would have started right when everybody was just the greediest bunch of people on the planet. Whether it be at Ditech, whether it be at New Century, and you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Not one executive from any one of those did time. That's
amazing. But it
that's
shows where's the powers in this country. But
What was it?
I remember my first day doing the loan
Countrywide.
other stuff.
Countrywide.
They had me call. I remember they had me calling people across the country while they're eating dinner,
Right.
and they wanted me to try to sell them on refinance on their house at the moment. And
Oh, really?
it didn't make sense to me to tell them to take all the equity out of their house and go buy a boat. So
And in 3 months, you said when was it? In 2005? Okay. In 4 years, you're probably worth half. Just to let you know.
Yeah, that was 2006, and then December 2006, I went to the real estate office, and we're doing stuff the old school way, stuffing envelopes and cold calling and stuff like that.
But you need that, to I commend any realtor that's been in the business for a long time because, man, it's really that nobody pays for nothing for you. Nobody, you have to finance everything. They give you some classes, these brokerage houses or whatnot, but it looks more like prestige, like a Berkshire Hathaway or a Keller Williams or whatever. They don't really do nothing for their people, and that's the industry. That's the way it was developed, right?
Yeah, it's exactly. They
independent contractors.
You're either going to go out there and figure it out, or you're not.
Right.
That's the way they look at it.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember the first day I started as a realtor at that office. They gave me a key. They gave me a desk, and
well, at least you got that.
Yeah, and they gave me some business cards, and they're like, "All right, well, get to it. What do you mean?"
100%, bro. They just throw you out there like, okay, so nobody's okay.
And then what he sends me out on for a listing appointment. We list the house within the first couple weeks, and I remember it sold for over asking price.
Wait. He got the house. You got the house.
Well, it was one of his clients, but he sent me to go close it.
Oh, wow.
And I could say I surprised myself by getting it done.
Hey, that's growth.
We listed it at a good price. We sold it for over asking price in a couple weeks, and then a couple more went down the line a couple months later. And then I remember the summer 2007, they pulled the rug out from under us.
Oh.
And that's when people really started panicking.
Right when you started to feel it.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I can do this. This is gonna work. I'm gonna hit my goal. I'm gonna get rich real quick. And, start investing on my own. And,
right, buy a house and all that. Start building my my little empire or whatever.
Exactly. Start doing exactly what my grandma and my dad did, and But
yeah, that's true. They made really smart decisions, huh? You do come from a long lineage of real estate, smart real estate investors.
Yeah, and it's just over time it always works out. It's crazy, There's the ups and downs, but generally,
right.
If you're in it for the long haul, it's going to work out as long as you don't over leverage yourself,
Right.
which we saw everybody doing back then, 2005,
Me?
2006, 2007.
Yeah, I did.
And now I see a lot of people speculating on, oh, it's going to happen again. It's not going to happen again.
Yeah, they would look like idiots. There's
Yeah,
too many
I mean,
safeguards. There's too many safeguards they put in
it-
place, I think.
It's not going to happen again.
You heard that right now from the man, Brian Link, realtor, broker, Pacific Shore Estates. He's telling
There's
you right
not
now.
going to be a crash. There's going to be a correction, a slight correction, where things always dip as they always do in the cycles, but it's not going to crash like it did.
You know, and that leading to that, it says, I feel like, you know, you really have grasped the concepts that I guess that is due to the appraiser mentor that you worked for there. But you really grasped the concepts and the technical side, and the overall scope of real estate really quickly. What would you attribute that to? Would you attribute it to just instinct, or you put a lot on, maybe half and half with the appraiser?
I would put it half and half, and the experience that I got to experience. That
Right.
I wasn't able to make a lot of money in that market, but I got to see a lot of stuff that a lot of people won't stick through and see.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I was able to make money was short sales, foreclosures,
Ugh.
dealing with the banks on a daily basis, finding out what they want to see, putting together a portfolio for them to help people out if they were behind on their mortgage, nursing clients, that I say is nursing because, I'd say probably helping being their therapist too a little bit because, there was a lot of
sorrow.
Yeah, a lot of sorrow, a lot of uncertainty. People tell me, the bank can come pry this house from my dead cold hands.
Oh, Jesus.
When all I wanted to do was help them try and do a short sale and save their credit, but
Right.
there was a lot of what can I say, egos involved too.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, it's their and you can sympathize, but we're looking at it from a more of a logical side. That's their personal. They raised a family there, maybe, or who knows. But it's also not an ATM, so
Exactly.
personal responsibility is what it is.
Yeah, and if you made good enough decisions to get into a house,
Yeah.
then you should have been able to understand what you were doing when you're leveraging 105% of its value.
Yeah.
Go on vacations, go buy other properties that couldn't even be rented out to cover themselves.
Yeah. That's
But
tough.
that's where I'm pretty sure things aren't going to get like that again because people were smarter this time around.
Right.
A lot of people learned their lesson that time, and right now, a typical refinance, I'd say in California, is going to be maybe you're going to refinance 80% of the value to take out money for your kid's college or maybe start a business or, if it's enough to go buy another investment property and actually have equity in the investment
Right.
property, it's the right way to go. And if there is a correction of, if you've only leveraged 80% of the value, and let's just say the prices go down 5%, 10%, it's not a panic anymore.
Right.
It's not like last time. Last time, you're not going to get upside down like we did last time.
I hope not.
Because the stated incomes, they...
No. And that's what you saw when you were a lender for those couple of weeks. And you're like, wow, people are just lying on loan docs and
Just
stuff.
tell me what your job is. Okay, well, we've got a list that says janitor. Let's just say custodian because it sounds a little bit better. And custodians get paid
Yeah, I know.
20% more than baseline janitors, and we'll go off of that average income across the country, and we're going to use that to approve you for this.
It's so
But
weird.
I don't have that much money. Don't worry, because your payment's only going to be less than interest only.
Right, it's just less than interest on. What is that? That's a minimum payment? Is that what that is?
Yeah, minimum payment, less than interest only for
Right.
3 out of the next 5 years.
Those poor
and then
people.
it's going to adjust to whatever the interest rates are, and then you're going to have to pay, PIT, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and your payment's going to quadruple.
I feel like they got out of it, though. I feel like they're doing okay now. I guess it's been 10 years, right?
They haven't done it. That's the thing. They stopped those loans, and people really they've been smarter about purchasing. You're actually being qualified. The underwriters and the lenders.
But I'm saying the people that, all those people, pried out of my dead hands people, maybe they're dead by now. It's been 10 years, but, but I think a lot of the people recovered pretty substantially. It wasn't, I don't know. I think they're okay right now. Maybe I could be wrong.
A lot of them are.
Yeah. Because the values went up. If they got in it.
We're looking at the same values we had basically back before everything started going down.
Wow. Well, then that's cheaper. Then it's cheaper now because of inflation.
Exactly, and people can actually afford it. Wages have gone up.
Yeah. You think so?
For the W-2 workers, yeah.
That's true.
Somebody's able to be qualified to buy these places with 10-20% down.
Well, I think a little bit of the baby boomers are dying, passing away. No offense, baby boomers out there, but and they're leaving their kids some substantial money. I think that, and even there's a lot of World War II era people, not quite World War II, but a little bit older than baby boomers that are still alive. That are leaving their baby boomer kids money, or there's.
I would definitely agree that
They said there's more of them than there is combined all the other generations. What is it? X, Y, and millennial?
I think so.
See?
I haven't seen the exact stats on that one.
Right. No, that's
I'm pretty sure it's true. But in regards to they had good retirements.
Yeah.
They saved.
Mm-hmm.
They invested properly. They were taking care of things in a proper manner to where now their kids are getting a hold of the estates, and
right
now a lot of the millennials, I would say, maybe even are getting
maybe some millennials.
on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 35-year-olds or 30 some of that 30 to 35. Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting their hands on some money to be able to come up with that down payment.
It's a glorious world we live in. You wouldn't know it by watching the news, but it really is a prosperous time. I think everybody should just realize that it's a good time right now.
Exactly, and you're gonna have to pay to live somewhere.
That's absolutely true. You always have to pay. We won't. Anyways.
But as long as you can qualify for the loan right now to buy, and it's going to be typically a 20 or 30-year mortgage, and you've got a solid income, that payment's not going to go up. You know what's going to go up though if you don't go buy?
Mm-hmm.
Your rent.
Mm-hmm.
Landlords are gonna, they can raise it. There are some laws in regards to
rent control is pretty
if you're stuck
scarce.
in a lease.
Mm-hmm.
But for general consensus, it's always a good time to buy if you know what your payment's gonna be for the long term.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to stay in one place for a while, but. To each his own. But let me ask you something really, not maybe off topic, but what if a client were to learn about you that would totally just blow their mind? It would be like a direct contrast with who they perceive the greatest realtor that's ever lived, greatest broker that's ever lived, Mr. Brian Lake. What would be one thing that you think they'd be surprised to know about you?
Oh. You caught me off guard on that one. I would say.
You don't like cats. I don't know. You don't like cats. Just kidding. I don't know. Maybe you do.
No, I like cats.
Okay.
I don't like snakes.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people out there don't like it either. I don't think. No, it's been all right. Well, we could head it back. Well, you are a Lakers fan, right, Brian?
I am a Lakers fan.
Why?
Yes.
Why is that? Why?
I like winning. I like winners. It's always good, except for right now. It's not the greatest time in the world for a Laker fan. But
it's never a great time.
We are on the brink of bringing it all back. I'd say next year we should be okay.
Yeah, at least your star player isn't like the most miserable person on the planet.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous. So,
hey, what would I give to get Kobe back?
Yeah, would you?
My left leg, but
Really,
you know,
LeBron. I haven't really been following too much, and I've been so busy. To everybody out there, this has been a great day today. We closed the deal here. What's the play? The first iteration is going to be coming out through Leviathan Games, and it's been a great day, Brian.
I'm excited about it.
You and me both. I think the world is, okay. We heard about what's the play. What is it? So sit tight. We just closed the deal today, and man, does it feel good. And give a big shout out to my partner, Mr. John O'Donnell. He did a fantastic job today. But so, anyways, if you could, Brian, did you excel in Monopoly when you were a kid?
I believe I did.
Of course you did.
I was like being the bank at Monopoly.
Oh, really?
Weird. That's pretty crazy. I played a lot with my grandma.
Yeah. We should play live one of these days. Everybody can watch us. They got Monopoly at Vaughn's. I went last night. I'm looking at these little cards right here. That's what inspired me.
They started dealing out my pieces last night when I went to Vaughn's too, and I told them I'm good.
Have you ever heard of anybody actually winning that game?
Nobody I know.
I get close.
Why? Because the winning piece gets thrown in the trash by somebody, and there's only one of them.
Oh, there's only one.
Well, that's what I think.
I know. I heard it was like in Uzbekistan or something. That's what, and people try to trade them over Craigslist or something. So
my theory's always been that the one guy who says he'll take the pieces and doesn't play them, and he throws them in the trash.
That's a terrible individual. Oh my God, who is that guy? I think we know him. I think we probably know him.
I think his name's Glenn.
Wow, you already took away one of my questions. But if you could describe the greatest day that you've ever had in real estate, and then just to be fair, what was your worst?
All right, my greatest day I ever had in real estate was the day I represented myself to buy my first home.
Let's give him a round of applause, everybody. That's right.
That was actually an emotional one.
Yeah, that's badass.
And then aside from that one, I'd say
worst. What year did you buy it?
Oh, that was 2015.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I actually come up about 4 years. Dang, I've been out here for 4 years.
Really?
Gotta take a deep breath for that one.
What was it feeling like though? Was it just complete like I did it? I did it.
It was emotional. Number one, because I finally reached a goal that I'd set a long time ago. My late teens, early 20s.
Wow, you were thinking about that, or you were good at Monopoly.
I always wanted to buy a house. That was my thing. I didn't ever want to rent.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to own my own house because my dad told me a story about him and his brother and a couple buddies were renting a place.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was a hard worker, but his brother liked to party. And he came home one day and they were partying, and I guess the landlord gave him a bunch of crap.
Right.
And evicted him. Because based on the party. And my dad told me that was the moment he said, screw this, I'm just going to go buy my own place. Nobody's ever going to throw me out of a place again.
That's right. Even if his brother wanted to pass out on the front porch or something.
Exactly. He could kick his brother.
I was going to say that I know Harvey would. I think he's kicked me out when I was a kid. I think a couple of times.
Quite a few people.
Well, that's beautiful. Well, okay, so what was the worst day, you think? And just to be fair.
The worst one was during that turbulent time when everything was crashing, and I remember for a year and a half we were working on trying to negotiate a guy. He's probably the most honest guy I ever had as a client, because everybody else was defaulting on their loans. Mm-hmm. So
he was still trying to pay.
Get the bank to
give
them either a loan modification or get the bank to seriously look at their short sale.
Short sale, yeah.
Because the banks at the time weren't. What can I say? They weren't.
It's open to short sales. They didn't see how crazy.
Yeah, well, especially if you were current. This guy scratched and clawed, and no matter how tight things were, he was making his payments. Even when they adjusted, he was making the payments even though it was hurting him. And he really didn't want to default.
Right.
And over a year of him making these payments, and we were saying, if you can make the payment, but they're not going to listen unless you possibly miss one. If you can't make it, then it's not the worst thing in regards to negotiating with the bank.
Oh no, that's all he needed.
And and what he said, he just refused to do it. Meanwhile, we had another client who it was one of their investment properties, and all we did was send a letter into the bank, and
a hardship letter.
Hardship letter, and the bank comes back within 60 days and knocks like 10% off their loan balance. Gives them a better locked interest rate for
an investment
mortgage.
On an investment
property.
Wow.
And it just broke my heart because it just showed how unfair everything was.
Wow. Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's their secondary property, and they're more at risk to losing that. I mean, the bank was at more. Wow, that's weird.
It was to me. It was the worst day in it because it showed me the reality of the way the banks were working and the way their minds work. It's like, okay, you got the guy who always makes his payment, does everything he can to save his home so his family could live there and have a roof over their head. And on the other hand, you got the investor who this is something they
a slumlord. Old slumlord over there.
and to make it even worse, it was the same bank.
No. Oh, so you had already maybe you had written a hardship letter for the honest guy at all, or
Yeah.
Oh, so you had already tried to make inroads. You put feelers out. Yeah, you put. Okay, I thought you guys were just sitting tight and just. Oh, I see.
No,
wow, that okay.
And the bank
Sorry,
kept coming back and
America's like you dummy. You didn't follow that. Yeah, I got you. Wow.
America, God, I still won't.
Oh, B of A.
Yeah,
they took my uncle's house. Rest in peace, Uncle Bob. But they were very aggressive on him as well. So I've never had them since. Yeah, I've always had other banks except for them. But, whatever. So, anyways, you are a family man, Brian, right?
Yes, I am.
Does your wife ever put your money in escrow?
Well, it's not my money.
Oh, good answer. All right. Well, next question. So, look at who would make a better realtor? You got to put them in maybe in order or pros and cons. Kobe? Ric Flair, or your brother Glenn?
Glenn for sure.
He'd make a better realtor. I feel like Ric Flair would be a good realtor.
Ric Flair would be a good realtor back in 06. All I gotta say is Glenn's one of the most honest guys who would.
Well, he's part of your family.
He wouldn't let a paycheck screw somebody else over.
No, absolutely not. He wouldn't. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, you're all your family, man. You guys are all come from really good cloth. Your father really taught you the value of a dollar and honesty, and it shows with each and every one of you, man.
Yeah,
I was the one that he said you could sell ice to an Eskimo, Steven, and that was the first time I ever heard that term. But I didn't know what it meant. I know. But everybody out there, I am a good, honest person too. Just took me a while. I just had to get out of my teens.
Even Eskimos need ice, buddy.
No, I know. No kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, my dad taught me honesty too. But anyways, so I believe we're going to have a caller here. I think that next time you come on, we'll just do a straight. I wanted America to get to know and globally get to know Mr. Brian Link, because even if you're in Russia, maybe you speak a little English and you want to know what's going on in the Russian market. Brian doesn't know anything about that, but he could probably tell you how to be ethical and how to treat your clients properly. So we do have somebody emailed. He's got to be 50 something, right?
I think so.
I'm studying the books that they gave me and whatnot. Am I going to be using anything here on? Am I going to be using anything on the real estate that I'm learning for the real estate test? Is there anything you could recommend that I could use to study for my exam?
Well, there's a lot of question and answer things that can help you prep for all the questions with the right answers for the test. The books that they give you, my opinion is that vocabulary is the most important one.
Right, knowing the language or whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, the language is the hardest thing to figure out. If you haven't been in the business, vocabulary is the number one thing to get down because.
Yeah, it took me a while. Probably, like a 2-year learning curve, like with any kind of industry that's worth, a damn. Like you have to get familiar with all the terminology. That was huge.
Exactly, and then the rest of it is being able to determine what's the difference between legal and ethical.
You found that out right away.
Because just because something's legal doesn't mean it's ethical.
Right. Yeah, that interests me. And I'm not going to throw any other realtors under the bus or anything, but I would be surprised at the lengths that some would go, just to get that commission and treating their client, double lending and not really, just to make sure that which is double lending isn't a bad thing. It's just make sure that you give both ends the proper attention.
Exactly. You gotta just keep the open communication. Let them both know that you're double ending it, and that usually you want to make sure that it's clear across the board that you have both their interests involved, and if there's any kind of discrepancy, you gotta get them both to the table so they can figure it out.
Right, and let them sort it out.
Exactly.
And not pick sides.
You can't in that situation.
Right,
That's why a lot of people recommend to get your own realtor rather than go to the open house and let that guy represent you and the seller. But a lot of times open houses are being held by somebody else, not necessarily the listing agent. So
right.
A lot of times that guy having the open house can represent you in a good capacity where he's going to have your interest involved, number one.
Right.
But again, it goes back to ethics. That's why we here at Pacific Shore States, we keep ethics as one of the strictest things that we, take care of.
You can't spell ethics without Pacific Shore Estates.
I'm pretty sure you can't spell
Oh, you can? Okay.
without ethics.
There you go. Oh, that's what it is. Man, it's been such a long day, bro. Oh, shit. That was beautiful.
I never thought about that.
That should be the you can't spell Pacific Shore Estates without ethics. Wait.
You're onto something there, Steve.
There it is. There it is. Well,
You need those letters.
you do need. How's your golf game?
I got an eagle a couple weeks ago.
Get out of here. I hate you.
Yeah.
That's
4 feet
amazing.
from an albatross.
Really?
Somehow I made the putt. Yeah.
The par 4. Albatross, what, par 4? Like, whatever?
Well, if you
Hole
get
in one, par 4, whatever?
Par 5 if you get it.
Oh, you got that? What?
I don't know how.
You drove on a
It's
par.
magic.
You got an eagle on a par 5?
Par 5, I hit a really good drive, and then I pulled the 3-wood out that I never used from the middle of the fairway, and I just
Launched it.
hit it. And it gets up on the green, and it rolls past the hole by like 4 feet, and then to make it even better, because I'm like, all right, I got an eagle putt, and my buddy I'm golfing with, he's about 60 yards out on his third hit, and he's like, well, I guess I gotta get it in from here to beat you on this one.
And he sunk
Son
it.
of a bitch chips it in for eagle.
Who was it, Tig?
From 60 feet out. No, I wasn't taking my buddy Bob.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm like, really? You're not going to give me this one?
Where was this at?
Costa Mesa.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was Mesa
Mesa Verde or
Mesa
something?
Linda.
Mesa Linda.
Or Mesa Verda.
Out of Harbor. Yeah, right.
All I remember is there was an eagle.
Yeah.
we actually, I did the putt and he chipped in it. I've never golfed with somebody where we both eagled the same hole.
Yeah, that's insane. You guys are pretty competitive bunch of friends there.
Yeah,
That's good.
Sometimes things happen.
If you're not first, you're last. So Brian, I think I guess we're gonna wrap this thing up here, put a little bow on it, and it's been a pleasure talking with you. And I think America and the globe is much better tonight to know that this world is in better hands because you are out there taking care of your clients and getting them into the homes that they deserve. I think we want to end it here. That if Brian from 1 year from now, I don't know, maybe he has Brian. Brian, when did you have kids?
That was my phone.
Oh, all right.
Restart that one.
Gotcha. If let me see here. Actually, no. You know what? If what do you think it is? Like, if a client is trying to make that tough decision between Pacific Shore Estates, which is a much more personalized brokerage, versus one of the bigger, boring guys like Keller Williams or Berkshire Hathaway or something like that, what would you perceive would be the biggest advantage that they would have coming on over to Pacific Shore Estates?
Well, the thing I can always keep preaching is that we don't let commission drive us. We know each deal needs to be handled in its own way, just like every client. And ethics are the only thing that we're strict on.
Absolutely.
Each deal is going to require something to make sure it smells right all the way through. Mm-hmm. And that's actually going to be Pacific Shore States that make sure it happens.
I love it. I love it. So we'll wrap this up with a bow, Brian. If Brian from a year from now could visit tonight, Brian, sleepy little Brian, and tonight, and he just kind of wakes him up and he goes, hey, let me tell you what the real estate market's going to be like in a year. What would he tell Sleepy Brian tonight? I don't know. That's all I got.
I have that crystal ball, but I would say that he's going to say that the state of the economy is going to be all right.
All right.
And it's still a good time to buy, still a great time to sell, and it's always a great time to invest.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Brian. We look forward to having you on again. We'll have a lot more questions and a lot more call-ins. We just wanted America and the world to get to know you. Brian from Pacific Shore Estates, located in the beautiful city of Orange. And you can reach them at 1-800. Oh, you're going to...
Oh, is that me?
You can I was going to do like a little back and forth. I know, sorry. All right. And that... Pacific Shore Estates, located in the beautiful city of Orange, and you can reach them at
800-217-1539.
Should I let them know, the audience know, a little secret? We've been kind of waiting.
I think it's time to let the cat out of the bag, Steve.
Well, America, I have taken my talents to Pacific Shore Estates. So listen, not only do you get ethics, you get another set of ethics, and you get amazing salesmanship. Make sure I'll sell that home, and else I'll buy it. So that's it.
Well, I think it's also showmanship.
Oh, all right, showmanship too. Yeah, we're going to make sure that your house first of all will be definitely displayed here on the Who Cares podcast. But besides that, we're running out of time. Brian Link, anything you would like to say in closing to America?
I just want to say thank you very much for having me, Steve. I really appreciate your time, and I'm really enjoying the podcast. I can't wait to be back.
I can't wait to make my broker some money. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. All right, brother. Talk to you.
All right.
All right, man.
Bye.
Bye. So we need to leave those pretenders to the Who Cares podcast thrown behind. Everybody knows you're on blast. Doesn't matter. Let's get to the real story that's happening this week. Pew, 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 pew.
Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, 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 bum.
So, a very serious story that, yes, it's serious in the news media, and of course, it's the flavor of the week. You got two Hollywood stars, but they're not Hollywood really. They're like two TV stars. And if you looked at them, holy shit, does Hollywood make some magic? Oh my God. Like, wow. Including Mr. A person that I really admire, Mr. William H. Macy. I admire as much as you can admire one of these pieces of garbage. But, I like his acting. I guess that's what you would say.
Yeah,
but
me too.
They all look like people that, like, when I was like 14 and you go over to this house and it's kind of like it's a trailer park and their skin is just like...
Yeah, they're like the people that your parents be like, don't stand too close to them.
Yeah.
I need to keep an eye on you.
Like, for real. Like, I'm looking at what these people look like outside of the studios.
Mm-hmm.
And you're looking at Lori Loughlin. She was she's now the face of it, which is unfortunate because there are many, many powerful men, and I know women across America are like, why are the women the face of it? Well, you know what? The men weren't on Full House. So
Yeah. And
clickbait.
She also has a rooster neck.
Yeah, she has a rooster neck, and
A little
she ain't the
gobble.
cock of the walk. I'll tell you that. Her daughter, unfortunately, they've allowed their daughter. She married Massimo too. So when everybody's going, this is some stuff against women. But no, Lori Loughlin has put herself in there. She stars every day on a Hallmark movie. I know this because every time I go to my mom's house, she's watching a Hallmark movie.
Yeah.
And she married Massimo, the guy that sold out his brand, that actually was decent when I was no, it wasn't really.
When you're
I don't know.
coming up.
Yeah, but for sure. Anyways, he sold out to like Target, or I want to say Target or Walmart, and then they bought the brand and they made Massimo after that.
Oh gosh.
Right? And now he
Yeah.
wears a scarf when he goes, like, I've been looking because they're showing all the pictures. He wears scarves when he goes to like things.
Well, like better than having his name be Oshkosh, I guess.
But anyways, this family, now that you look at it, because there's now a spotlight on this family, and the daughter Olivia has 2 million YouTube followers, and just maybe, I don't know, a couple months ago or a month ago, she was talking about how she doesn't really want to go to school for the school, and she doesn't know why she has to go there. She was forced to. She was forced to. That's what she said. Well, she was forced to because her parents paid $500,000 to get her in there. And she's like, I don't really know if I want to go to school, but I think I want, like, I know I want to party, and I know I want to get the whole
Yeah.
experience, right? Which, understandable, Olivia. We all know. Like, I would have fucked you too.
guess.
Listen, Olivia, when I was in college, definitely you would have been one of the girls that would have made their way through my room, and that's what you would have been.
Yep. And now.
So I hope
you're
that college
taking up-
experience would have been great for you.
Yep. And now you're taking up a spot that someone else that really wants that to go to that school, and you're just like, I don't know,
Right,
I'm gonna go.
But in fairness, John, I don't know if you really comprehend that at that age. I know that society treats you as an adult, which is, I mean, it's crazy, right? They wanted,
It is.
the city of Long Beach wanted to throw me under the bus at 23, but I didn't know shit. Oh, sorry, 22.
Yeah.
I was 22. I didn't know shit. And she's
I
19.
guess.
She's 19.
But some people can't. Like, I think at that age you can decide whether I want to further my education
No, you're right.
or I do not.
You're right. You're right.
That-
I took out a girl that was 22, the last girl I dated that was older than me, and I knew, I was doing good then at 19, 20. So yeah, never mind. I think I was better at 19 than I was at 26.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You know? So anyways, Olivia, we're real sorry that your parents got exposed. And there's another, what I decided to do is I decided to bring up the court documents. And there's this man called Enriquez, and he's like a big time capital investor. He owns something powerful or something. But his name's Enriquez.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, he's the he's from the Dominican Republic? What?
Okay.
What?
Yeah. So what does he do?
Those drugs?
Sounds
Did I just say? Well, we'll leave that one in, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This guy's a piece of... His name is Manuel. Manuel Enriquez. Manuel Enriquez.
That sounds like two first names. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hercules
Psych.
Capital. Hercules Capital is the one. He's the CEO. After he was fingered, this is weird. After he was fingered as a principal player. Dude, Who the fuck wrote it? This guy
What
named
the
Scott Blouse.
fuck?
Scott Bluestein. Scott Blaustein.
Scotty,
It's Jew
please go
versus
back to
it's
school.
Jew versus El Salvador. Where's he from? Dominican
Judea.
Republic. Dominican Republic. So there might be some deep seated stuff right here.
Yeah, this sounds like a little bit of
Oh no.
hate
Scott Blaustein
crime.
is his replacement.
Oh
You think it was-
gosh, that's
yeah.
definitely a hate crime.
He's being replaced by Scott Blaustein, the chief investment officer who became interim chief. Who gives a fuck? Enriquez, who the best part of the story is what Enriquez said about his son, though, and I want to bring that up.
What did he say?
Not what I said, but he said about
No,
his
what
own
did
son.
he say?
Yeah, it's fascinating. Here, I think I have it on my. I thought I had it on my phone or something. Oh, that's Genoa calling. Or he just texted me. He's with it. But no, I wanted to show you. I wanted to talk about this, man.
Could I say what I think he's going to say about his son?
Oh, Genoa does not have a son.
No, I'm not talking about Genoa. I'm talking about Enrique.
Oh, Enrique Hernandez, or what's his name? No, his last name's Enriquez. Is that? Wait, what the fuck? What is his name?
It was
Manuel
Juan-
Enriquez.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think he says, "My son very smart."
No. No. It's exactly the opposite. It is this poor kid. And you know what's crazy is all these kids that these parents are going down for, like 50 of the most like prominent, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, powerful people or whatever you want to call them in the industry. Oh, is this? No, that's not it. Oh, that's the shit you sent me with. Goddamn, what's his name? Never gonna give you up. Never gonna say goodbye. Did you send that to me? You got me rickrolled.
What?
You got me rickrolled the other day.
I did?
That wasn't you? Oh, shit.
I remember Rickrolled being sent. I remember
You didn't
it.
send me no
but I
Rickrolled, dude.
forget
What
what
the fuck was it?
Rickrolled is. What is Rickrolled? I know I sent you something.
Never gonna
that's like the
give
best-
you up. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna turn around and hurt you.
Rickrolled.
Right.
No, I sent you the best YouTube video ever made.
Oh, that was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite videos.
Document. No, you gotta hear what he said about his son. I mean, it is something on the lines of absurdity. Like, it shows what these people really think of their kids. And it shows what's happening to America.
Mm-hmm.
These parents, they're the ones responsible. It's not millennials or Generation Z. The parents were the ones that fucked up. But that would be like, what, Gen X? Right? I guess?
Yeah, they should just call it genocide.
You know, they want to be friends with their kids. They want to do it totally different than their parents did it. And blah, blah, blah. And now
And
they're
what
paying
happened?
the price. Yeah. You got to be a parent, motherfucker. Be a
Yeah,
parent.
dude, you can't be best friends with your kid.
Yeah,
dude.
be best friends with them when
You
they're
have to-
older.
Yeah.
They'll be
make
best
the
friends with
hard
you when you're older.
decisions. Yeah, because they'll thank you and be like, "Thank you for
They'll respect
raising me
you.
right."
They'll respect you.
Yeah.
And they won't be at their school, even though they still, John, you know, they're going to school there still. They may be indicted, some of them who knew about it.
But they're still going.
Right. And everybody
Wow.
knows that they fucking cheated to get in there.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be here, but
Right.
hello, good morning.
Yeah, you're not
You
supposed
don't
to
have
be here.
to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
You're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, and if you don't want to, you don't have to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I don't know why all the race baiters like Don Lemon and all those people on the news don't come out for those people, because people are going to say you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah,
And that's true, but they didn't do anything wrong. Their parents were the piece of garbage.
Just like for the race haters.
I know. It's so weird, man.
Their parents were the piece of the garbage too.
And a lot of people are saying that it's like the because everybody got mad at affirmative action a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
So they quit that, you know.
Yep.
So now they're saying, well, shit, that never happened to the elite, because what do you think? If I were a betting man, John, do you think this is the only corruption within the school system within our country? Some old ass man over here in Newport Beach.
No, I think this is the first time there's ever been corruption anywhere in the school system.
You think it is?
Yeah.
You really
Psych! Hell
Right.
no, dude. Corruption is in every single office or like every position of every, it's in everything.
And now we're just starting to see it on a whole new level. So like everybody's so mad at Trump and all that. And whether you believe he's corrupt, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. But you cannot tell me that every one of these motherfuckers in government, in somehow, some way, that's why they go into government. If many of these government officials, if you look at their resume, they graduated from Harvard, and then they went to go do community organizing or stuff like that. They ran for office.
Yep.
So that's already institutionalized.
Yep, that's all they did. And you know what? What I have to say about all this anyways is if you're not perfect, then, in some way or another, you're corrupt. So that means everybody's corrupt. So welcome to the club, guys.
No, hold on that. I don't believe that.
Not on their level.
No, it's not on their level. I don't believe that.
And I'm just saying.
No, I don't believe that, John. I'm gonna disagree with you on that completely.
Okay.
Is everyone not perfect? Of course, but there comes a time like if you saw that your kid was a big dummy like all these people did, Felicity Huffman, Lori Loughlin, and you had the money to make sure that their kid got into a really good school much farther than they could have gone, would you Photoshop their head knowing that they never played football ever their whole life and put it on there because some guy told you to do that and and he's like, yeah, if you just do that, that's fine. And now, and he's like, well, my son's never done nothing in my life. That's Enriquez. That's what he did.
Right.
He's
I would never do that.
Okay. And because you know what, you either raise your son the best you could, and if your son's a big dummy, who cares? He's your son. Yeah. Don't try to manipulate the system.
Because that's your fault.
That's your fault. They're trying to make up for fucking with their money, and this is what's happening, John, and it's being put on full display. Would you like to hear my take on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I think you missed my point.
Oh, maybe I did.
Yeah, I'm not saying I believe that.
Crush always making me feel like I got nothing to offer. But I'm the only one that can make you feel right. I'm the only one that you think of at night. Baby, don't lie, you're always talking to me like you're totally bothered. So why you always ring at the end of my line? Don't you got a girl that can make you feel nice? It's a dead sign, you see me as your lifeline. Other boys and girls never really made you feel right. And you can't explain why I'm always running your mind. Don't you see the answers right in front of your eyes? You like me, obviously. So why you tryna leave when you know that I'm the key? 'Cause I'm supreme. Cause I'm the only one that has made you fall in love. So just shut up. Babe's always flirting away, getting every number. And you can have your fun, cause I know that it's fake. I know when you're done, you'll come running my way. so I let you date everyone and complain that you can't find a lover. Cause I'm the only one when the chemistry fades. I'm the only one at the end of the day. Kinda cliche, you see me as your lifeline. Other boys and girls never really made you feel right, and you can't explain why I'm always running your mind. Don't you see the answers right in front of your eyes? You like me, well, obviously, so why you tryna leave?